Well, hey everybody, it's Eric with Eric's Garage AZ coming at you from Fountain Hills, Arizona. This is the land of the rich and famous, and I'm here at a buddy of mine's house named Top Hat John. He's a car guy that hails from Detroit, Michigan, and he's got this beautiful 1950s Cadillac we're gonna go take a look at. So let's go ahead and knock on the garage door, see if he's here. John, you around? Hey John, are you home? It's Eric with Eric's Garage AZ. Looks like he's home. It didn't stand me up, man. This is so cool. You're gonna love John, man. He's an awesome dude. Hey, man. Hi, John.
Eric, good morning.
Hello, how are you, bud?
We're in paradise.
Exactly right.
It's beautiful. You know, it's sunshiny and palm trees. It's beautiful, Arizona.
Right.
Love it. Gotta love it.
Much better than this, doesn't it?
God made it just for us.
Let's show these people what we have here. Oh, darn. Look at the palm trees, blue sky.
And the sunsets, from the dust in the air. The other night we had a sunset. My dad used to get Arizona highways, and he was an artist. My dad was art director of Fisher Body Craftsman's Guild in Michigan. Fabulous guy. But he loved Arizona. Only came here once. And when he did, he looked around and he said to my mother, "Let's go home, sell the home, and move." Of course, they never did, but he lived to 98. Mom was 93. But this is paradise.
Well,
Look at
you're
this.
out here now, so that's awesome. But I understand you're also headed back to Michigan here very, very shortly. So
we have a beautiful home in Michigan,
Yep.
right by Lake St. Clair, and
Whoa.
it's water.
Well,
it's
you're an old
gorgeous.
Detroit boy, aren't you?
Yeah, man, we are.
I love Motor City, man.
Metal in the head.
There you go.
Gasoline in the veins.
Exactly right, Bubba. I know that. Now we're here to talk about this car right here, folks. See that car behind me? John, what kind of a car is that?
Well, that right there is a Cadillac.
Right?
It's a Cadillac.
Wait.
It's a yellow Cadillac. It's absolutely beautiful. By the way,
See, it's a what Cadillac? It's a yellow Cadillac?
It's yellow, but I saw you just looked at this emblem. Now, this is actually the coat of arms for Cadillac.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The car is named after Antoine de la Mothe Cadillac, who was a French explorer that founded Detroit, Detroit. These are called merlettes, the birds that are in there, and each one of these parts in this crest means something different, including the 7 spots up on the top here.
Go ahead.
My mother had said the first word out of my mouth was not mom, it was Cadillac.
I also understand your car's for sale, is that right?
Yes, it is. I've had a lot of Cadillacs and quite a few of this era and ilk. And we're getting a little older, and I've had my fun, and it's time to move.
Well, stand by, folks, because Top Hat John here is going to fire up this 1951 Cadillac Convertible and take a look at this here. That's where the exhaust is right there. It comes out of the bumper. How freaking cool is that, man? All right, John, let it rip, Tater Chip. Man, you see the grin in this cat's face? Look at this guy. He's driving this beautiful Cadillac. Look how smiling he is. And I'll tell you what, folks, if I had this car, I'd be grinning from ear to ear too. So, John, it is a pleasure. You change your hats too, brother?
Yeah, it fits a lot easier in the car, even though there's a lot of room in there, but this is a little more comfortable.
So why don't you give us a little tour de force of your car here, because the episode is What's in Your Garage. John, what do we have here?
Oh yeah, well let's talk a little bit. It's a 1952 Cadillac Series 62.
I thought it was a 51.
Convertible. I'm sorry, 51.
Okay.
Every once in a while
I corrected the owner. That's a rarity, man.
The car was originally yellow by the data code plate. I've known of this car for over 30 years. 20 years ago, I was going to buy it and actually do a total on it, and it was good. Everything was here. I knew 4 of the owners, past owners of the vehicle. But it was an original yellow color. This is very close to the original color.
Okay.
It's a 67 Ford color, but it's almost identical. The one thing that it does have in it, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but in the sheen, you'll see that there's a sparkle to it.
Yeah.
What it does have, there you go. What it does,
is that a little metal flake?
it's a pearl coat in the top coat and in the last coat of clear. This paint, this body, this car, this chrome, this engine is 20 years ago plus that it was done. All of the interior and all, but the mechanics were done about 22 years ago.
So wait, let me ask you this. You said this condition of this car right now was done 20 years ago.
Yes, 20 years ago.
It don't look like it was done 20 years ago. You take a look at this thing. I wish you were here in person to see it. It's awesome. I mean, look at the chrome. I mean, you must be a very meticulous person when it comes to taking care of quality stuff.
Yes. The gentleman that bought it, I was going to buy it, didn't. And because I had 3 other Cadillacs at the time, older ones like this.
Look at the chrome on this. Are these fog lights, driving lights? How does that work?
Combination. Back then they did call these fog lamps or driving lamps.
Okay.
Okay. And also it acts as the turn signals too.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
It's got modern headlights.
That's some serious big turn signals.
Oh yeah, we'll get into it a little bit.
Look at the chrome of this thing here, man.
The chrome
This is just like, this bumper's got to weigh 3,000 pounds. It probably doesn't weigh 3,000 pounds, but
it's heavy.
You know, yeah,
it's
I'll
heavy.
bet.
The car weighs about 4,600 pounds. About.
That's a heavy car. But look at how big this thing. I mean, this is. Look at this, folks. This is big metal. All right, so I'm about as big of a goofball as you guys are ever gonna see, but check this out. Look at that grin on that guy's face, man. Now, he owns this car, but you told me something interesting about the park or reverse or whatever. Show that again to me. What
on
is that?
The transmission, on the
Okay.
hydromatic transmissions, the early ones, up through the 50s, reverse is a lock. It is park. You just put it in reverse, and that locks it between 2 gears.
Okay.
And that is park.
Well, he said ride. Let's go for a ride, bitches. You ready? I'm ready. I'm born ready.
Love that exhaust.
Oh yeah, this exhaust is like music to my ears, man.
And it's a little different than a quiet Cadillac.
Yep.
The exhaust is dual resonators instead of a muffler.
Okay.
And Cadillacs were extremely quiet, but this gives it a little bit of a rumble.
A little bit of something going on here, yeah. Now look at this dashboard here, man. This is really cool.
Steering wheel's as big as a Greyhound bus, but you need it.
Because you do not have power steering, right?
We don't have power steering on it or power brakes, but the system is very adequate. As long as you're moving so much as 1 mile an hour, the steering, if you keep it correctly greased, is effortless.
Perfect.
If you had a Cadillac like this back in the day, you were either a doctor, a lawyer, or one of those rich politicians.
Gotcha. All right.
We'll give you a little treat here as we go down the road.
Okay, we can do that.
And let it go through its automatic gears.
All right,
the
cool.
Hydramatic.
Yeah, you said that. This is going to be pretty cool.
It's interesting. A lot of smaller cars, or I should say large cars that had flathead 6 cylinders of far less horsepower than this vehicle has, used the Hydramatic because they had a 409 first gear for launch.
Okay.
And with 3 other gears to go to, and this car has a 331 axle.
Yeah, you hear that, folks? It sounds so cool. This is just freaking awesome, man. This is cool.
It's just sweet.
Yeah, sweet. That's the operative term for it. Sweet.
The car is capable. It's 60, 70 miles an hour is not even an issue. When I had the tires first put on and they were brand new, I wanted to see how fast the car would go. It was reported these cars had a top speed of 102.
Oh, wow.
The speedometer showed 105.
Okay.
And it may be because these tires are newer than the typical sizes that they used years back.
Gotcha.
In the 50s. So it probably increased it a bit. It was 105. And it was a smooth cylinder.
Wait, look at this view here, folks. See, this is why we live where we live. I mean, look at this. This is Four Peaks right over there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Four Peaks right there. Wow. I'll tell you what, man, living in Arizona, being able to hang out with cool guys like Top Hat John, riding around in cool cars like this, I mean, it just is so awesome. I hope you guys enjoy these videos, watching them as much as I do doing them, because they're freaking awesome. And this cat's really cool, very knowledgeable, and it's an honor to be able to ride around in this cool Cadillac like this, feeling like I'm somebody. Here we go.
Take a look at the chrome bows and the convertible roof.
Oh yeah! A little bit of chrome action going on there underneath that convertible top.
It's way cool.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's a Cadillac.
Yeah, it's very cool. All right. Well, John, as we wrap up on this really cool ride here, is there anything else you want to share about this vehicle before we get rolling?
Well, the car is for sale.
Okay.
Really is. Like I said, it's time. I'm asking $58,500, but I am open, and the car will be sold.
Very cool. All right, good. Well, folks, this is Eric with Eric's Garage AZ, hanging out with Top Hat John, riding around a 1951 Cadillac Convertible in Arizona. It's like 70-some degrees out there right now. You know what they say in Eric's Garage AZ land? Drive it like you stole it, bitches. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Let me know what you guys want to watch out there. In the meantime, peace. I love you guys. Bye.